Hey YouTube, and welcome to my Pilates class today, incorporating the weighted bangles. I have put a link in the description below for a gorgeous company where I would recommend that you purchase your bangles from. I've also added a 15% discount code there for you to use as well. Obviously, feel free to do this Pilates class without the bangles. That's absolutely fine, and you'll still get a great class. But by adding in the weighted bangles, it does add that extra challenge and that extra bit of spice into your practice. So whenever you are ready, let's get this Pilates class started. So we're going to come down onto our backs to begin. I've got the bangles around my wrists at the moment. As you come onto your back, I'd like you to bend your knees, have your heels close to your bottom, and make sure your knees are parallel. Make sure your back is comfortable here as we arrive. And we're going to bring our arms by our sides and just anchor your shoulders into the mat as the eye line looks up to the ceiling. Let's warm up together here. We're going to imprint the back, take a pelvic tilt. So lift your bottom off the floor slightly as you push into the heels and the shoulders. Then just ripple back down through the lower back and bring your bottom onto the floor. Let's do that one more time. Imprint the lower back as you draw the belly to the spine. Push through the feet as you lift your bottom slightly, squeeze the glutes, and then roll down through the lower back. This time we're going to go all the way into bridge. So we imprint the lower back, lift the bottom. Drive through the heels and lead with the hips as you come up into a bridge. So we're just coming a little bit higher here. Sip of breath at the top, and then rolling down through the top of the back, the middle of the back, and then through the lower back. One more time. Take a breath. Exhale, imprint the spine, push through the feet, anchor into the shoulders, squeeze your glutes as you lead with the hips coming up, sip of breath at the top. Exhale, roll down through every vertebrae, one at a time, all the way until you find a neutral spine with your back. Let's leave the back comfortable here. Sweeping the arms up now. So the hands are coming over the shoulders. Take a moment to push your shoulders down into the mat. And make sure we're not flaring the ribs. By that, I just mean pinch your waist in a little bit and start to activate the tummy. Okay, here we go. We're going to bend the elbows out to the side. Get both elbows down towards the ground. And then reach the arms back up over chest. This time, keep the arms straight. Take them overhead. Be mindful your back's not moving. And then slowly reset to start that again. Bend the elbows. Take them out to the sides. Reach the hands over the chest. Sweep both arms straight, take them overhead. They might not touch the floor. And then slowly coming back. Twice more. Bend the elbows, open the chest. Reach the arms up. Take the arms overhead, ensuring the back is not moving. One more time with just the arms. Here we go. I bend out to the side. I'm going to start to incorporate a bridge and a curl in a moment. And the arms are going overhead. So now, as you bend the elbows, come back to the bridge. So as I bend the elbows, I'm going to lift the hips up. Then we're going to roll down through the spine as the arms come back over the chest. Now, one ab curl, the arms go overhead. Lead with the arms, chin comes to the chest. Imprint the lower back as you find an ab curl. Come back down to center. Let's do that again. Bend the elbows. Find a bridge. Come back down to reset. Arms go overhead. Ab curl, exhale, peel your way up. Scoop the belly in. One more time, come all the way down. One bridge, bend the elbows. Drive up through the hips. Bring the glutes down. Take the arms overhead. Come into your ab curl with me and pause. Shoulder blades off the ground. Reach the arms down towards the end of the mat. 100 pulse. We bounce the arms. Pulse, pulse, pulse. So imprint your lower back. Draw the belly to the spine. Keep the knees parallel. And reach into those fingertips as we pulse the arms. Taking tiny little breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to stay here together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pause on 1. Let's carefully float both legs to tabletop now. Knees over hips. Maybe getting the shoulder blades a little bit higher as you do so. Single leg extension. My left leg extends. Arms reach behind the right leg, trying to get my thumbs to come towards one another. Left leg goes back to tabletop and I reset in the ab curl. Right leg extends, hands reach behind the left thigh, thumbs are tippy touching, and then the right leg goes back to tabletop. I stay in the ab curl. So I keep alternating the legs, reaching the hands just behind the bent leg, staying in the ab curl as the legs come back to tabletop. Please know you can modify. If you need to rest your head and shoulders down when the legs come into tabletop, then that's absolutely fine. Thinking about sliding the ribs down towards the hips, scooping the belly in. Last two here. I'm going to do two more. Slow and controlled, remember. As I come back to tabletop, carefully bring the feet down onto the mat. Lower the head and shoulders down onto the mat also. Extending both legs now, so straightening the legs, flexing the feet, they're about hip distance apart. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over, be mindful of your ribs. Pilates, roll up, lead with the arms, chin to the chest, scoop the belly in, flex your feet here, come all the way up to seated, gorgeous straight spine, lift, lift, lift through the crown of the head. Tuck under through the tailbone as we roll down. So my arms are staying in front, scooping the belly in as you roll through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Sweep the arms overhead without lifting the rib cage. Keep flexing the feet, rolling up again. Lead with the arms, chin to the chest, scoop the belly in, flex the feet, unravel to gorgeous straight spine, shoulders over hips. Last roll down, lead with the tailbone, chin to the chest. Breathing out here, pulling up through the knees, rolling one vertebrae at a time. Be mindful of the torso as the arms go over. Then let's come up to seated together. Lead with the arms. Breathe it out, chin to the chest, and come all the way up to straight spine. From here, relax the feet and we'll bend the knees slightly so your feet are flat on the ground. And I'm gonna turn to face you. So feet are gonna be flat, knees are bent, and the arms are reaching forwards in line with the shoulders. Think about your gorgeous posture, lengthen all the way through to the crown of the head. We're gonna bend the elbows, draw them back, squeeze your shoulders together, and then reach the arms forward so that thumbs lightly touch. Again, bend the elbows. Squeeze the shoulders, try not to flare the ribs, and then reach the arms forwards. One more time here. Slow, steady. Keep the forearms parallel to the ground and reaching forwards. Let's bend the elbows and pause. So come back here, stay here with me. Elbows in line with shoulders. Rotate so the palms of the hands face forwards, and then come back down so the palms face the floor. Taking the palms of the hands up, and then bringing the palms of the hands down. We've got one more. Take the palms of the hands up, and then bringing them down. This time, open them up and stay there. Elbows in line with shoulders. Bring the forearms together in front, and then open them back out to their starting position. Twice more. Elbows together, shoulders squeezing back. One more time, elbows together, shoulders squeezing back. Now we bring the elbows together and pause in front. Tiny little pulses, hands are touching, up and up, up and up. Try and keep your elbows together, your knees parallel for 4, 3, 2, and then lengthen those arms out to the side. Lovely big reach, palms of the hands facing forwards. We're gonna rotate the hands, face back, face forwards, back and forwards. Keep the arms long, in line with the shoulders. Little rotation here, working the upper back. Keep thinking about lengthening. Don't collapse into the tailbone. You've got this for 3, for 2, last little bit for the arms. Are we with me? Palms face back, pulse them up, up and up. Don't go lower than shoulder height. Lift and lift. Big breath here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your arms in, well done. Let's leave the bangle on your right wrist. Now I'm gonna take the other bangle off and place it over the right foot, okay? So 1 bangle on your right wrist and 1 bangle on your right foot. Then we're gonna come down onto our left side. So left elbow anchors underneath the left shoulder. Grow so your rib cage is not near the ground, and then take your feet to the front corner of the mat. Really important we stay on our left hip here. Don't roll backwards. We want to be complete side series. Sweep the right arm over when you're ready. It's going to come over and you're going to lift away from the left shoulder even more so. Here we go. Straight arm, straight leg lifts, and then reset down. Straight arm, straight leg, and down. So the right arm and the right leg have the bangle on now. And we're doing a straight leg side series. A little oblique crunch here to work into the waist. Yes, we're working the top half, the right side of the body, but your left half is working just as strong because I want you to get your left rib cage away from the ground. Don't collapse into it. Last 2. Leave the arm and the leg up. Reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Now flex your right foot. We're going to sweep it forwards, point the toes, and draw the right leg back. Again, flex the foot. Guide the heel forwards. Draw the belly in, point the toes, and sweep the right leg back. Twice more. Right leg forwards, point the toes, sweep it back. Lift, lift, lifting. One more time. Forwards. Sweep it back. Stay here, right hand behind the head, elbow lifts up, pulse the right leg, up and up. Don't pulse into the shoulder for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down, well done. Let's bend those knees. Make your way through center and switch those bangles over. So just have a moment to switch the bangles over onto the left side so that we can do our side series on the left. So I'm just gonna switch that over there. I need to tighten this one a little bit. So I'm just gonna move that weight up slightly. That's better. Okay, let's come onto our right side. So same setup. Lovely big lift through the right shoulder, scoop the belly in, and then sweep the left arm up and over. Here we go, straight arm, straight leg, and low. So really slow it down. A lot more effective when you're in control and you take slow, precise movements. You don't want to go fast because we'll start to collapse and we'll start to roll backwards and forwards. Very important we stay stable and keeping our hips stacked, one on top of the other. Last couple here. And then we're coming into that forward sweep. So we lift the arm and the leg, reach the left arm up, flex the left foot, sweep it forwards, point the toes, draw it back. Flex, sweep, point, and back. Remember, it doesn't have to be the same range of movement. Yours might be bigger, it might be smaller. Just learn your body, take your time, and make sure everything else is staying really still. Sweep it back, bend the elbow, and then pulse the left leg up and up. Tiny little pulse, here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great, bend those knees. Okay, we're gonna leave the bangle on the left leg and the right leg is gonna have a bangle as well. So both bangles are on the legs now, okay? Both bangles on the legs. We're gonna come onto our bottoms and we're gonna find our forearms, okay? So I'm gonna place my hands behind and then carefully come down onto both elbows. Very important we're not sinking into the shoulders. So push your forearms into the ground and try and make sure your eye line's looking forwards. Once we're here, engage the tummy, float those legs up to find a tabletop, knees over hips. Single tap down. Here we go. Exhale, my right foot comes down, back to table, left foot goes down, back to table. So single tap downs. Use the exhale as you tap down, making sure we're scooping the belly in and we're staying lifted so our ears are not sitting onto our shoulders. Once you're happy with single tap downs, maybe we can start to do single extension. So now I'm extending the leg away to a point of hover, not letting it touch the ground, making sure that we're still in control through the torso. Let's do 2 more here. Then coming back to bent legs, double tap down. Exhale, tap both. Inhale to center. So now I'm coming back to bent legs, but I'm doing both at the same time. Everything remains the same. Keep pressing into the forearms. Think about pinching that waist in, really switching on those deep core muscles here. Option to keep going with this. If you'd like a little bit of a challenge, I'm going to straighten both legs and both arms, finding a V-sit. Then I bend elbows and knees together. Exhale, pressing up, lifting the chest. Bending the knees, coming to the forearms. Exhale, lifting up. And then controlling as we come down. Have you got 3 more? This is a great whole body exercise. Last 2. One more time. And then slowly place your feet down onto the mat, lift up onto your hands, and let's make our way over onto all fours. So slowly take your time. Once we arrive on all fours, let's find a cat and cow first, okay? So just taking a moment to round through the spine, tuck the chin to the chest, and then dip the other way. Little baby back bend here as the eye line starts to look forwards. Again, so just going through 2 extremes of the spine. We're learning to mobilize the spine, create a lovely, healthy, mobile back. And also in between these 2 extremes is what we find neutral spine. So now I'd like you to find a neutral spine, which is a lovely, long, lengthened spine, eye lines looking down, and we're scooping the belly in. Don't let gravity draw your tummy down, scoop and lift so your back stays stable. Okay, left leg. Let's breathe out as we drive the left foot up towards the ceiling. And then inhale, tap the left knee down onto the mat. Exhale, drive the left leg up. Inhale, tap the left knee down. Keep going. Ensure that your shoulders are over your wrists. Push the floor away from you. Be really strong as you activate the upper back. When you're driving the left leg up, make sure that you're not going too far, that your back is starting to collapse. Keep the movement smaller and isolate into the glutes and the hamstring. Hips are both square to the floor. So imagine you've got car headlamps on your hips and they're shining down towards the mats. Let's lift the left leg and pause. So lift the left leg. Keep the thigh as is. We extend and bend. So straighten the left leg and bend the left leg. Straighten and bend. Trying your best to keep your thigh still, and you're moving from the knee joints. Keeping the hips square to the floor, the shoulders over the wrists, and no creases in the back of the neck. Last 2 here, last 2. Extend that left leg and hold. Tiny little pulse, up and up. Squeeze your glutes and squeeze your tummy at the same time for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee down. Let's take a child's pose. Extend the arms forwards, guide your bottom back, and take a beautiful breath all across the lower back into both sides of the body, and exhale to recover. Let's repeat this on the other side, team. So shifting your way forwards, finding all fours first, so finding the hands and knees. Let's take a couple of rounds of cat and cow. This just gives us a really great opportunity to check in with our body. So to be mindful of our alignments. So we're just learning to create 2 different postures with the back. And then we explore as we find neutral spine, lengthening and engaging. Okay, right leg, here we go. The foot goes up and then we tap the knee down. Bent leg, the foot's driving up and then the knee taps down. It's very easy to collapse into your left shoulder or your left arm as you do this. So we need to try to ensure that our chest stays square to the ground. The smaller, more controlled movements, the more effective they're going to be. So we're keeping the hips square, the belly engaged, and we're isolating into the glutes and the back of the thigh. Let's come up and pause. We extend and bend. So I'm straightening the leg away and then drawing the heel back in. Keeping the thigh really still, strong in the shoulders, scooping the belly button towards the spine and owning your breath. You know what's coming, and let's extend and pause. Tiny little pulse, up and up. Try and pulse with your thigh rather than leading with your foot. It'll help you keep the legs straight. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's flex that foot, place it onto the floor, and then step your left foot back, find a high plank. Drive the heels away from you, draw the belly to the spine, and lengthen through your neck. A couple of leg pulls here, okay? So we'll do 4, 2 on each side. Lift your left leg, drive the left knee in towards the chest, step it back and find high plank. Right leg lift, draw the right knee towards the chest, extend it back, find high plank. 2 more, left leg lifts, drive the left knee in, extend the left leg back, high plank, right leg, drive the knee in, extend the leg back, high plank. Lead with your hips, well done. Find a pike here, shine the chest through. Take a gorgeous exhale through the mouth, and then slowly either walk your feet in or your hands in, whatever you prefer, and take a standing forward fold. Maybe taking hold of your forearms here, bending the knees a little bit, allowing the head and shoulders to completely relax. Take a wonderful breath in this inversion. Exhale, sigh it out completely. And then maybe while you're down here, if it's accessible for you, I'm going to take my bangles off of my ankles. And then I'm going to roll up first. So I'm going to have them in my hands and I'm going to take a roll up, keeping the chin on my chest, slowly restacking the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. When you get to the top, have a little breath, have a moment, and then I'm going to place the bangles over my wrists. So one last little bit here today, as I'm just going to place the bangles back over my wrists. So just have a moment. And then I'll come back to that starting position where we just were a second ago, with our feet hip distance apart. Stack the shoulders over the hips and lengthen the spine. Okay, take a breath in here with me. Reach the arms, the bangles all the way up to the ceiling. Pilates roll down, be very mindful. Arms lead, chin goes to the chest. Scoop the belly in, start to curve the body down. So you're rolling over, softening the knees. Just keep the arms long as your tailbone goes up to the ceiling. Now on your Pilates roll up, Draw the belly in, brush the fingers forwards, and restack your spine, one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way up to reach towards the ceiling. Let's do that one more time. As you go down with the arms, draw the belly in and slightly up. So you're kind of going up and over, bending the knees as generously as you need to as you come into your forward fold. Take a gorgeous breath. And as you roll up, think about drawing your bottom toward your heels, brushing the fingertips forwards and restacking one vertebrae at a time. When we get to the top, let's leave the arms here. Bend into your right leg and load your weight onto your right leg. Slide the left leg behind you. So the left leg straight, reaching both arms forward, and I'm bending into the right knee. Now, as you slide the left leg in, take the arms slightly behind you. So I'm just going to squeeze the arms back, then reach both arms up as the left leg goes away. Bring the left knee in as the arms come down, and they're going to squeeze slightly behind, squeezing my shoulders together. Then the arms come forwards all the way up in line with your ears. Keep this going. The right knee is bent. All of your weight is on your right foot. The left leg is just kind of coming in and out really slowly. But the main work here, stabilizing into the right leg, keeping the arms long and working into the shoulders and the upper back. So this is great for our posture. Let's go 2 more, last 2 here. Reach it all the way out and pause. Can you keep the arms there in line with your ears? Then lift the back leg. I'm going to bring the left knee in, so my thighs are touching, left foot's off the floor, and then drive the left leg back. Again, bring the left knee in, thighs squeeze together, drive the left leg back. So a little balance, 2 more. Bring the left leg in, squeeze the thighs together, extend the left leg back. 1 more time, bring the left leg in, squeeze the thighs together, then place the left foot down next to the right. Think chair squat. Drive your hips back, squeeze the thighs together. Bring the arms all the way down and behind you, so I'm reaching back, palms of the hands are facing the ceiling. Tiny little pulse of the arms, up and up, up and up. Think about your thumbs trying to reach towards each other. Squeeze and squeeze. Bend your knees a little bit more, drive your hips back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath, come up to standing. Let's do the other side. Weight onto the left knee. Right leg slides back, and then sweep the arms forwards in line with the ears. Let's think about the belly. Try not to let the back collapse here. Doing really well. Here we go. Right leg comes in. Arms are going to sweep back, lengthen the spine, and then reach the right leg back as the arms come forwards. So even though we're focusing on the arms and the leg and our balance, there's a lot going on, right? Be mindful of your torso as well. It's very easy to collapse into the waist here. You want to think about, imagine you're wearing like a corset all the way around your belly. You want to pinch those notches up a little bit. Really try and stay stable. Should feel all down the back of the body working, the posterior chain. Don't let the shoulders rise up though. We don't want to carry unnecessary tension in the body here. Maybe balance on one side a little bit easier than the other, and that's perfectly normal. This is our last round of exercises, so you're nearly there, I promise. Let's hold on. Are we ready? Find that extension and pause. Keep the arms there. Lift the right leg up. Here we go. Bend the right knee, bring the thighs together, and then extend the right leg back. Bring the right knee in, squeeze the thighs together, and then drive the right leg back. Keep bending into the left knee as you do so. Lift those arms, lift your chest. Bring the right knee in, step the foot down, think chair pose, bend, 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 drive the hips back, and then sweep the arms back. Take the palms of the hands up to the ceiling, lift your chest, and pulse those arms up and up. Think thumbs coming together, arms straight, bend your knees, should be able to wriggle your toes, weights that far back. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up to stand, well done. Let's take the bangles off completely. Just gonna place them down so they're gonna stay out of the way. And then come back to join me for a little recovery when you're ready. Feet hip distance apart. Take a breath in as you reach the arms up, and the arms feel really light now. Pilates roll down, up and over, scoop the belly in, find your way down. Let the back recover here. You're gonna feel this through the back chain of the body. So take a breath in your forward fold, taking hold of those forearms once again. As you're breathing out, inviting the ribs towards the thighs, bending the knees as generously as you need to. One last breath here together, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Let's come all the way down onto our hands and knees. Take your time. Once you're here, explore your cat and cow posture once again. So rounding through and reversing. Mobilizing the back and just moving with your breath. Making your way into your child's pose in your own time. Extend the arms, bow the forehead down, breathing into both left and right side of the body. Walking both hands over to the left, so take a side stretch here. As you walk over to the left, ensure the right shoulder is falling down to the ground space. Slowly walk the hands back through center over to the right. And once we get there, ensure the left shoulder is falling down. Carefully coming back through to center. Let's walk the hands in so we're kneeling. I'm sitting onto my heels here, hands onto the thighs to begin. Take a couple of shoulder rolls. Maybe you do a double. Maybe you want to go free for all with a single and just take a nice quick roll. Just a way to release any negativity through the shoulders and the neck. Interlace those hands together. Let's cup the hands behind the head. Take a lovely big breath as the eye line looks up to the ceiling, the elbows open wide, and then a C curve. Draw the chin to the chest, round the back. Let's pause here for a moment. Don't be afraid to guide the chin down a little bit further. And then slowly unravel. Stack the shoulders over the hips, head over the heart. Take a breath in, reach all the way up to the ceiling, decompress the spine, and exhale as you bring the arms all the way down. I really hope you enjoyed that Pilates with the bangles there. Let me know, drop a comment below, let me know how you found it, and hopefully I'll get to share the mat with you again sometime soon.